Hey, here we go, man. Facebook. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Happy Thursday to all you people out there. Good morning, guys. A lot of stuff today, as you can tell. I posted, get the warm up here. I posted a couple days ago, probably the most important quote you guys need to remember. Not only was Einstein a renowned scientist, physicist, say that several times, but he was also a philosopher. And he was giving us a dire warning many moons ago that I wanted to share with you guys. But people think they think of it passively when it's actually quite powerful. He said, once you stop learning, you start dying. And let me try to denote what he was putting forth in that, because I'm going to go in the quote box and come back to that. Because this is really powerful for you guys to understand what's going on, and also get into some Japanese history, which I wish the West would jack onto, because it would help so many people. But out of the quote box, today almost every successful person begins with two beliefs. Success is your total feeling about yourself. How you feel is not a monetary thing, which we're all raised upon. The status quo of success is some kind of monetary reward in our life. But no, it's our inner peace. It's our happiness. Because from that happiness or peace is where we manifest from. But if you think success is based upon a monetary level, which was hard for me to understand, or a different level regarding your inner peace, or otherwise your inner peace, you're going to be left out in the cold. And you're going to start dwelling in what happened to you instead of learning from it. That's one of the clues out of what Einstein was trying to tell us. So almost every successful person begins with two beliefs. The future can be better than the present, or I have the power to make it so. With those two beliefs involved, every obstacle is a learning session. There's a lesson in the blessing, as one notable preacher noted out there. And that's what the Far East understood for centuries. They've understood this for centuries. But I'll get into a powerful couple of words, because this is what happens once you stop learning. When you stop learning, you develop a belief in failure. You develop a belief that you cannot have what you truly want to have. You anchor your mindset to the thought of it can never be. And when you get to that state, that's what he's denoting in his quote. Once you stop learning, you start dying. You've accepted the fact that you're a failure. You've accepted the fact that you can't have what you want. You've accepted and parked your car in life where it can never go again, when you have a gear to push it forward in life. Does that make sense? The next word is future. That is to be. This is what people forget. When you have a set belief in what has happened to you, instead of what you can make happen for you, you parked your car again, and you live and you dwell in the fact that you can never have, be, or do anything. I'll say Einstein's quote, once you stop learning about yourself, about where you can go in life, that's when you start dying, because you parked your car. You've installed the belief that nothing will ever change. And your future every day is your thought mindset is the present, which creates the future. If your mindset is that it will never change, indeed it will never change. You've already stated it, Meatball. You've told the universe 1,000 times. The future, that is to be what is going to happen. This is what people fail to realize. This is why they can't change, because they keep dwelling in what happened to them. They're not learning from the lesson, which in essence is a blessing in your life, because you put yourself there. That's what he's talking about. You put yourself there with your thoughts and beliefs about yourself, and you've attracted that to yourself. A lot of writers, which you don't really see, because obviously I don't know what's going on out there, but they said Einstein was the closest thing you'll ever get to understand how life works. In essence, God. When you realize you have this power, and I'll get to that Japanese philosophy that has helped them overcome so many adversities throughout the centuries, and more of the Far East, mind you, Korea, China, and so on and so forth. But remember, almost every successful person begins with two beliefs. What is your belief about the future? Because that's right now. You're creating that right now. Have you guys ever heard of kintsugi? Kintsugi is awesome, because you guys probably seen it, and it looks so pretty. They take pottery, and if it breaks, they rebuild it with a precious metal, hence gold, silver, and they put it back together. What does that pottery represent in their lives, as in the Far East, as their tradition? It's their history. It's a family heirloom. And it's something that they cherish because they learned from it. They use that as a trophy in life to understand how far they've come, and there's actually a meaning behind it. I'm going to read it to you guys in verbatim. It's called the Golden Repair. How to embrace, life's fragility and find the beauty in it. And hence the lesson and the blessing. Because everything that's happened to you is happening for you. It's a lesson. If it doesn't feel right, it's a lesson. And people fail to recognize that once you stop learning about what's happening to you, you start dying. Because you start believing that there's nothing else that can be in life. If your health is not perfect, nobody's health is perfect right now. My health is not perfect. We're not perfect, man. But you have to believe and know that things are getting better. You have to learn from the lesson that put you there in the first place. Hence stress or whatever's going on in your life. How you eat, how you act, most importantly, how you think to have caused this. When people take responsibility for themselves in their life, that's when life changes. Everything, literally everything changes, because you know that you've attracted it. You've attracted everything, whatever it might be in life, you've attracted it in some sort of way. This is what Einstein was getting at, but I'll get back to Kintsugi here. How to embrace life's fragility and find the beauty in it. It's a reminder that we can always find a way. It's a reminder that we can always find a way to move on and be happy. That's why I love posting and gathering memories every day on Facebook, because that could have been an area of my life that wasn't so, how should we say, humble. It was actually quite devastating in a lot of ways, but I learned so much from it. When you start learning from life instead of dwelling about what happened to you in life, that's when life starts changing for you. Remember what he said. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Once you stop learning about why things are happening, this is not about reading some kind of fictional book or embracing literature. No, this is about learning about yourself. This is my denotation on that. This is my retrospective. And granted, there's a lot of opinions on this, but it's really simple. It's really simple. If you keep hitting a wall, turn the wheel, meatball. If you keep whacking yourself in the head with the same scenario, the same situations, and the same feelings about what's going on in your life, this is what he's talking about. It's going to kill you. First mentally, then physically. And it's a harsh reality for people to realize. It's like people who smoked for 50 years and wonder why their lungs fell out. Me, because 20 years ago I was warning you. Life gives us clues. There's lessons and the blessings, guys. And I don't know how to do it is my biggest thing that I hear from people. You don't have to do anything. You just got to be it. Be the peace of mind, be the love, be the abundance, be the success in your mind as much as you can be, and watch how life will naturally attract to you what you want to create for you. When you keep holding that trophy of the memories that have hurt you so bad, you can only recreate more of that. And this is the hardest lesson for people to get. This is the hardest lesson. It took me a decade to friggin' realize the fact that once I stopped learning about myself, I said, I'm not dying. I'm going to create something better. You got to have the same kind of Rocky mentality with yourself and just keep coming back. Not giving up on yourself, not giving up on your future, not giving up on anything you've always wanted to have, be, and do. It's never too late. Stop thinking of yourself as a failure. Start thinking of yourself as knowledge and understanding that you can create and you can change anything. I had a meeting with a friend a couple of days ago, and I showed my friend and I've showed you guys many times on America's Mentor, the license that was me like 7 years ago compared to the license of me that was now. This is what I'm talking about, natural change. And maybe I'll repost that when I put it on my YouTube of that picture, because you evolve naturally by what you think of constantly. You don't have to go out and try to figure it out, man. God doesn't call the qualified. God qualifies the called. Remember that. When you answer the call that you need change in your life, that's when life starts to respond to you, people. That's when life starts giving you all that you've ever wanted to have, be, and do. So, guys, I'm out of here. I got to go to work. Man, I'm late. Guys, America's Mentor _radio, at America's Mentor on Twitter, at America's Mentor on YouTube. Guys, thank you so much. And remember, the minute you stop learning is when you start dying, because you forget who you are. You've allowed life to run you instead of you run you. Remember that, guys. Enjoy your Thursday. I got to get back to work, man. Guys, enjoy your day. Have a good day, man.